BDS. They've looked impressive. They've just beaten Vitality to get here, but my goodness, did Top Blokes just look impressive.
And we'll all be looking towards Archie. He is probably going to be the biggest difference maker we have got on the pitch. Gibbs saying he scored 1.81 goals in their previous series. He's scored 1.64 across the entirety of today. He has been phenomenal. That's not the start that the Spaniard wanted. Mark just watches and it goes glistening by his car.
And this is why we've seen so many times in the past that you need to wait till the final to find out what kind of players are going to show up, because it really is different. It doesn't matter how much experience you've got. It doesn't matter how well you've been playing up until this point. In a grand final, anything can happen. And Mark, who's been the player to watch for BDS all tournament, has just completely whiffed a ball that I'd expect most players in like the 1500 range in ranks to hit.
But you get the feeling that if both teams are hitting at full capacity, BDS will be the favorites. But if you're looking for pure composure, then Top Blokes might be dangerous. Extra off the backboard, followed up by Monkey Moon. Goal!
Here it is. That is the response. And, you know, Mark just chilling at the back, waiting to see if his teammates are going to make up for that earlier misplay of his. They are. Now, can he elevate, join Monkey Moon and Extra as that three-man offense that we know BDS want to get going today? I mean, if they can do that, it's going to be so difficult for Top Blokes. There's no space for Archie to set up double touches if they're just defending their own back wall.
Monkey Moon up against Flame. Able to get there just about quick enough, and that's something that you would expect to say often when it comes to BDS. Have established themselves as one of those quickest teams that we have in the RLCS. This goes to the middle. Cassio blasts along. Monkey Moon over to Cassio again. That's not the right team play. And now that's two mistakes. BDS showing the nerves.
Certainly, and this is, you know, for one Frenchman to another, that's the one country that's guaranteed to get the major win today, with Cassio, Monkey Moon, and Extra all representing the dominant nation from Europe. I mean, of course, me and Shogun, we're looking to see if UK can get it done. I mean, you're looking to see if England can get it done. You're even more tied to this than I am. Top Blokes with Archie and Flame. But they've had a couple of gifts there. I don't think it's going to be that easy for the rest of the series. It looks like, well, so far, it doesn't matter who it is for BDS. They're all feeling pretty nervous with their defensive clears. Those have both been rushed attempts, and they've both been unsuccessful.
There's always that question for Top Blokes about what does a team look like without Freaky, because you got the feeling that whilst they were adding a bit of flair, you didn't know if they were going to be able to keep their consistency.
Yeah.
They have very much looked just as consistent and even more potent as the offense.
Oh, 100%. The offense is, like, the offensive power has increased so much, not only because they've now got a willingness to attack with all three of their players and to start full team passing plays, full team pressure plays, but the individual skill of Archie is something else. That's a good save by Flame. Not a lot of goal to aim at for Extra. He did have Flame immediately in front of him. Once again, we do see BDS panicking, even though nobody's there to pressure them. And Extra's been bumped to the back post. Archie didn't get the contact. It's free for Castillo. Is he going to get there? Mark beats him to it.
Oh, and now it's the transition. Extra off the backboard. Archie's in such a tough spot. He's at the mercy of Monkey Moon, and he still gets to it.
Man, Archie's having a day and a half. This is crazy. They're talking about Archie and Top Blokes as the puppeteers, the puppet masters, rather, of this tournament. BDS is the main characters. You know, they're the ones who've gone through Vitality, the final boss of EU Rocket League. Good defense again by Archie, just getting a piece of that ball to deny Monkey Moon. The clean run through. It's constant pressure from BDS, but not the worst situation in defense for Top Blokes. They've been able to hang on to a little bit of boost on their players. Now, just as I say that, two of them flop past the ball, but Flame's going to clear it. Space for Mark by 8. Archie not able to stop him yet. Now, Mark's been so good at the corner play this whole tournament. He always gets the ball center from that position. Not this time.
And now Archie took advantage.
Oh, wow.
Castillo double demo, and they don't get the goal for it. And now it's a transition. Monkey Moon aims for net. There's no way. As Flame will keep it out. You would have felt so bad for Castillo getting two demos and getting scored on for it. But lads, I left you with a 2v1. How'd you lose?
We've seen that a few times today. You know, one team comes so close to scoring, hits the post or the crossbar, and then the counter-attack straight away down the middle catches them out of position. This time, we did see a great recovery by Castillo Top Blokes having to do a lot of defending. They're going to have to do a bit more. Extra shot is saved by Flame. Now they're going to try and counter straight down the middle, and they're going to get it. Casio makes it 3-1. Top Blokes have a huge edge in game 1.
Man, the transitions from both teams are so incredible. You give them any amount of space, they are aiming straight for your net. Well, the way they just do it, it's so quick that it makes it feel like the field is even smaller than it actually is. You have to keep it in mind at all times. You can't let the ball bounce. Because if they do, they are going to get the half volley. You are very much in trouble. So Top Blokes currently up by 2. Off the ceiling, needs following, and Flame is going to pinch it with Archie. And that is a lot of pressure gone. Might very well be the last chance that they had, although Casio doesn't look too comfortable. Instead, probably cooled off by Archie. Good play, just slowing the game down as much as they can. Monkey Moon can't get it past Archie. And since that has been said to all too many players today, Top Blokes, in a very scrappy game 1, we weren't expecting it to be anything else, have got themselves the starting game.
Well, it was a game with 2 key moments for me, and both of them, unfortunately, for BDS were defensive blunders. The complete whiff on the hard clear by Mark, and then the bad clear from Monkey Moon. Those 2 moments were not really replicated by Top Blokes, who defended with consistency all the way through the game. That, for me, has to improve for BDS if they're going to have a chance against Top Blokes, who are likely to score a goal or more every game with or without your help.
And I really feel like the best way we can describe this series, Johnny, is a chance for both of these teams. BDS, they have looked so good. They dominated the rival series last season. This is their chance to really prove that they actually deserve to be, and I would say they're already in that conversation with Renault Vitality and Oxygen. But for BDS, this is a bigger opportunity for them because, as you said, expected by many to always be sat in that sort of 4th to 8 role, very much a gatekeeper of the region. This is the team you beat to go and be the champion. This is not a team that we'd always look to be in that role. This is their chance, and maybe their best one we're going to see them get for a long time, to take a championship.
Yeah, we've also got to remember the fact that BDS are, I think, going to feel like the favorites in this matchup. I've not had a chance to talk to any of them about this, but I would be surprised if they don't feel like the favorites to win, not only on paper going into this tournament, but also because they just beat Vitality in the semi-finals. And that might not be helping them. We've seen this time and time again in Rocket League Major Grand Finals, that the underdog team shows up with nothing to lose, no fear. They just go in with confidence, and it's actually the experienced team or the favorite to win who are making the mistakes. Backboard read for Monkey Moon is off. The mark's there. Archie with a great clear, actually. A lot of power on that. And Archie is going to carry on. What is happening? He just walks it in.
I have no idea what BDS are doing on their offense. Third man? No man. Archie will just tap the ball right in. And you know, we were talking about how potent his offense had to be. This time around, he's not really had to show us much of it. He is getting these far too easy.
Did the third man get bumped there or something?
I was looking. I assume so.
Yeah. You have to think that something happened. Something that shouldn't have happened happened.
Okay, well, there we go,
just like game 1. We've got the equalizer for BDS. Very similar so far. Actually, or a complete repeat of what we saw in game 1. It's not good news for BDS because of what happens next. But yeah, they really have to iron out these defensive mistakes. They've got the equalizer, fortunately.
And if it was a bump, it is something that you would look at as maybe a hard counter to how fast they play. Just remove that third man, spot out who is actually supposed to be next in rotation. If you get rid of that, that speed is going to be very difficult to maintain because it's very rhythm-based. If you start to lose it, it's difficult to figure it back out again. As Casio was maybe hoping for a pass, Archie instead blasts it at the backboard. BDS will want to grab the next goal. Do not want to be trailing for too much throughout this series. Archie leaves it for Flame, and that is far too simple. Great communication, but it was completely unchallenged.
What a mind game by Archie, and then reversing it out of the way of Flame, who had the, I think, much better shooting angle. Top-notch stuff from Archie in offense. He didn't get an assist on that ball in-game because he didn't even touch it, but we can see from the setup that he was absolutely huge in making that play happen.
Monkey Moon has to win the race. He's got it. That's a difficult position for Top Blokes. actually dropped down pretty nicely for them. BDS just feel like they are constantly trailing this series, like just a pace that they don't seem to recognize. As Monkey Moon takes to the air, is going to drop it. There's the setup.
Wow.
Mark's got his second. But this all comes down to just a phenomenal play. Monkey Moon rips the defense apart.
Yeah, that was pretty sick from Extra as well. He made it look like he was going to shoot, but actually passed in field to Monkey Moon. And the fact that it looked like Extra was shooting, it bought Monkey Moon so much time. He was able to control that ball with the first touch, start the air dribble. And in most cases, if a pass comes across, you're not going to have time to do that. You just have to let it rip on the first touch with the shot. So it's all on Extra there, doing a really good job hiding the fact that he was passing till the last second.
Extra waiting for the challenge. Couldn't quite get possession of the ball. Mark will be much happier with his performance so far in this game rather than the last one. Now they need the result to go with it. Still 3 minutes on the clock. Off the backboard, Monkey Moon will get there. Fell in a very nice spot for him. It's interesting to see. Both teams haven't gone too heavy on the midfield. Archie couldn't get contact and left it for Mark. And Mark was that close to finding his hat trick. They're still on offensive pressure. Cassio wants to keep this away from Mark. Archie down to Cassio. This is where the transitions can be dangerous. Instead, Extra waiting for a midfield option. Flame will cover it.
BDS trying to work that corner again. They're not afraid of taking the 50-50s in this position. It's the sort of stuff that we've seen from G2, from SSG in North America. Very aggressive play style. They have to communicate so accurately and so quickly in these moments. Because if somebody says that they've got it and the other two players move in accordance with that. Oh, what demo by Castillo. That looked open for Monkey Moon. He managed to steal that one away from him. Still tied up in game number 2. And what a huge advantage this would be for Top Blokes if they can get a win in this one to back up their game 1 win.
They would be halfway there. And currently Flame would like to try and set up for that. Already up is Castillo. Couldn't quite beat Mark, but maybe a passing opportunity. Archie a little bit close. He can still work with this off the backboard. Who's he got in support? 2 players in the midfield. Castillo and Flame a little bit too close to each other to really be used for a passing play. So it's back over to Archie. Couldn't find the shot on target. BDS seeing a lot of the defensive side of the field right now. Like to get rid of this as quickly as they can. Archie almost dropped on it. Feels like they've just set Archie off onto seek and destroy mode. Do whatever he wants. Flame and Cassio will cover. BDS happy to finally get some space. Off the backboard, Mark sets up. One more set. Extra comes in. Now Mark's all by himself. He's got Archie moving forward. Who does win the challenge? He's now got Flame. Who will move in for it? Great save. Keeps it away. BDS able to keep this all tied up. But this match is just going rapid fire pace.
Yeah, just that one mistake in defense. Well, you think it was a mistake. It might have been a bump or something as simple as a boost miss earlier on. That's all BDS have really done wrong in defense this game. The other goal was just a brilliant move from Archie. So an improvement on game 1 from BDS. Already a much closer affair because of that. And they need one more. And it's actually Top Blokes. They're still in offense. BDS, you can see that they're very afraid to advance as a unit like they usually do. Probably thinking about those mistakes that they had earlier on. Unbelievable from Flame. Not a lot of boost, but he makes short work of that defensive structure. Castillo is being sneaky with the flip reset as well. It's non-stop Top Blokes pressure.
Been a very strange approach from BDS so far. Not willing to commit midfield. But at the same time, they're not holding people on the backboard too often. Good backboard clear. Monkey Moon has to go. Double commit. Will work out. Greasy Meister is out, but the Greasy Meister philosophy of double the commit, double the power still holds true.
Yeah, that was exactly what they needed. Just a booming clear. So useful when you're under pressure, when you're stuck in defense. You just need some space to breathe. We've seen plenty of those today. Hard hits have been the name of the game, especially on Championship Sunday. BDS get opportunity to attack once again. It's been a while. Let's see if they can make anything of it.
Mark, over to Extra, scores it! We are tied up, 1 game each.
What a pass from Mark by 8. He's up for that one so quickly. Look at where he took that ball from. As soon as it bounces off the ceiling, he rifles it into the middle, and Extra was waiting right there for it. That is exactly what BDS needed. I really think if they went 2 games down here, that the heads could have very easily gone down. like I said, they should feel like the favorites in this matchup. If you lose the first 2 games, you're going to start to wonder what is happening here. Is this just scripted against us? But quite clearly, the script was well written for this one as well. I wouldn't expect anything less from
you
the first
wrote
major.
It. You're giving yourself credit.
I wanted to make it a good one for RLCS SX first event, the first major, and it's certainly delivering so far.
And I think for BDS, it was the perfect player to have that sort of game. Mark really struggled in the opening one. He's then come in and got himself 3 score participations to his name. And, you know, as good as his 2 goals were, that set to win it could not have been taken better.
Oh yeah, he was up so fast for that. He was already off the wall before the ball had bounced off the ceiling. So he was just purely in his flow state there. He's reading what is going to happen with that bounce. And, you know, even at the highest level, you never really know for sure what kind of ceiling bounce you're going to get unless you're absolutely in the zone. And yeah, that's really, I'm happy to see Mark Bite play that game out brilliantly after starting off with one of the worst misplays we've seen all day, just completely whiffing an overhead aerial. That's not something we'd expect to see at this level since I'd say about 7 or 8 seasons back. Let's see if he can keep it up though. We had, I think, 2 big defensive mistakes in game 1, 1 in game 2. BDS moving in the right direction.
Still a long way to go. Flame looking for Archie. He has been kept relatively quiet in the last 5 minutes of gameplay. You always start wondering, though, how long that's going to last off the backboard. Mark will see it coming. And it might get to the point of the series where we start looking towards Flame and Casio. Whoa. Here they are, combining to try and set Casio. Denied at the last possible moment by Mark. The top Blokes have seen an awful lot of offense. And they have failed to really make too much use of it lately. Here is Extra, goal scorer in the last game. To take the series, or take the game for BDS. Now Casio takes his time, baits in Mark. Going to be a race to see who gets this one first, but Monkey Moon seemingly racing for that one solo. The reason why I do talk about the amount of offensive pressure, Johnny, is not even necessarily to give credit to having that much offensive pressure, but maybe to just point out that these are the 2 teams that deal with it the best and are so quick. If you make one missed rotation when you're on offense against them, they instantly punish you on the transition.
Oh, 100%, and the shot stopping from top Blokes has been next level. BDS actually against Dignitas had a similar sort of adaptation where they started off the series maybe a bit too aggressively, just dialed it back and played, you know, still a fast-paced offense, but smarter, certainly. Monkey Moon at the back post intercepts this clear before it gets too far, but Flame's going to send that one well over the top of them. Archie actually catches up to it, but Mark by 8 is a brick wall right now in game 3. They cannot get past it, but just as I say that, Casio does exactly that. Whenever he's third man, I've been extremely impressed with his positioning and the timing of his challenges.
Oh, goes to the side. Casio has to block from Extra. Good pressure for BDS. They'll want to keep this going. Casio will at least clear it over to Extra one more time. BDS making sure that top Blokes do not get that one clean hit. Need to make sure that every single one of these is staying awkward. Mark by 8 annihilates the whole defense.
Oh, they're probably still remembering last game when he fired an infield pass from this position. Now he just goes straight under them with the floor pinch. Unbelievable creativity by Mark. And he disguised that so well. We've been talking a lot so far about how important it is for BDS to hide their intentions when they're attacking as much as they can, because these guys in top Blokes, they position extremely well. They cover everything as well as they can, pretty much, with their reactive style defense. So if you can wait until the last second to show them your hand, that increases your chances, I think, success significantly.
Oh, good shot. Mark helped out by Monkey Moon, and the pass is going to be way too far away off the challenge. This is where BDS are at their best. Long clears that they can follow. Still a bit of boost. Maybe take out a player. Anything that gives them a slight advantage. Extra has got Mark turning up. Is there another goal for him? It's not likely to come from that shot. Lacking a little bit of venom. Maybe this one will be a little bit better. Managed to take Casio out. Archie's looking a little awkward. Extra wants to move in. Goes sailing over the top of Monkey Moon. Top Blokes will at least survive, at least the first blitz. But Mark is not going to give them too long. And Archie, yeah, you know what? I think that's fair enough. He's seen enough of the BDS offense. Just hammers it back into the blue side of the field and might get himself an opportunity from it. Archie, does he have the infield pass? No, it is cleared. Now Cassio all by himself. You can see BDS already starting to launch. They will look for him. Don't want to give him any room.
Man, BDS or something else. They've absolutely solidified. This is more like the BDS that eliminated Vitality in the semi-finals of this tournament. Hardly an opening to be seen for Top Blokes to work with. And whereas they look so scary in offense in both games 1 and 2, this game they're not even getting a look at it. It's just solid stuff from BDS. In every part of the field, those mistakes are in the distant past.
Archie off the backboard, and Extra can still get there. Nothing available for Top Blokes. They are trying their hardest. Just feels like they've got to beat these players, 4 or 5 times. Just so rapid on the commits and the challenges that by the time you beat 1 or 2 of them, they've already had time to recover.
Yeah, they really need a big moment from Archie right now. That's a decent pass, but the shot is nowhere near good enough. Archie's unfortunately let the team down. He's got another chance to disguise it for himself, actually. His creativity is there. Accuracy is not.
I think it's time to start moving on to a new plan. Archie is being fed every single ball, but he's cooled off a little bit. Time for Flame and Cassio to show what they can do. And we already know Cassio especially. Multiple seasons, top goal scorer in the rival series. We haven't seen him in G-Finity Elite Series, exactly what he's capable of. Top scorer over there. We know he's got it in him. It's going to be Flame moving in. Horrible challenge, and with 10 seconds left, it's BDS that have got the territory. Worst case scenario, currently for Top Blokes. Up to the wall, they've got to try and get here first. Extra, buys a little bit more time. Flame after Archie. Didn't quite get it over to him properly, and that is so much work to do. There's no way a teammate is reaching that one, and Team BDS thoroughly settling into this series.
That's more like it. That's the BDS that we expected to show up in this grand final. They look so impressive at the moment. The thing that's lacking to me for Top Blokes has to be the shot power. They've definitely got good ideas. They're passing the ball well. They're creating, well, half chances maybe. But there's a reluctance to just slam the ball on target, which surprises me because in defense, they are not afraid to just boom the ball to get rid of it. They're just going for hard clear after hard clear. When you put them in attack, they're all about that precision. They're all about that accuracy. So when it's not completely spot on, the shots really aren't that scary. I wouldn't mind, especially in a grand final, just let rip. Just fire a quick shot on target, because we've seen defensive mistakes from BDS already this series. We've seen them in game 1 and 2. We didn't see any in game 3 because I think they just had a bit too much time to see what's coming at them.
And I would attribute an awful lot of that to Monkey Moon. Every single time Top Blokes is trying to find some way to move forward, he is just half rotating instantly and right in front of their face. Mark has had the majority of their big opportunities, but they're getting them off the pressure being generated majoritively by Monkey Moon. He is a nightmare for Top Blokes to deal with, and they just haven't got an answer to him yet.
It's a much better way to play the game, a much safer way to play the game. You keep your entire team active when your players who are too far forward to defend your net attack the ball. If the other team have control, just come at them from angles other than your own goal. That's going to give yourself lots of men behind the ball to get past. Oh, that should have been in. It's off the post by Mark. He went for the absolute post and in, I think. And Top Blokes have gotten away with it. It really easily could have been 1-0.
Feel like that shot just had to be on target. It didn't have to be a phenomenal one. Hey, Mark's shooting has been really good recently. Definitely felt confident in himself, and it is BDS right back to where they have been throughout this entire series. Outpacing, outshooting. That one didn't quite have the sizzle on it that you would need to get past Top Blokes. Top Blokes are really struggling to match this. Cassio will look to try and chase forward. Monkey Moon fakes challenge. He has popped it out. Archie can't get any further. Monkey Moon popped it out because he wants to chase it. There is no such thing as a free ball against BDS. That is a good challenge, though. Monkey Moon will be by himself, and Archie shot right at him. They had Monkey Moon in such a rough position, but Archie shooting, it needs to get that little better.
Yeah, that was more like it. At least he forced Monkey Moon to make a save this time. It's an improvement in the last game, where it was all, deft touches, backboard passes to themselves, and then no shot on target at the end of it all. But like BDS's shot early on in the game, not accurate enough. Needs to go to the side of the goal. force Monkey Moon to have to lunge, and you're more likely to get him to miss. He's still, I think, gonna save it because he's just that good in goal. Here come Top Blokes again. That's a brilliant clear by Extra. Not often a clear straight down the middle is the right choice, but he saw exactly where the Top Blokes were waiting for him out on the left-hand side there. So he just sent it into the middle nice and high to get it away from him.
Back into the midfield, Castillo. Oh, he's whiffed it. That's not good. BDS will take advantage. Mark darts past one player. Looks to set up. He's on the ceiling. Has Monkey Moon in support, and it was too quick. Monkey Moon arriving a little early, forced himself to slow down, so re-accelerating was always going to be a bit of an issue. This game has been a little bit more even in terms of territory. Launched shot. Mark and Extra both go. Archie hasn't got the shooting with him at the moment. Can he turn creator? Not this time. There's a bit of a wasteful ball from Flame. Hands it over to Mark. Team now pegged back onto the backboard. Need something big. They've got something big. Castillo flicks over the top. In for Flame. And it's another soft shot.
Yeah.
BDS, they are getting away with some of these.
Yeah, that's the same problem as we had in the last game. The shooting power is just nowhere near good enough for Top Blokes. It's no doubt that BDS are a heavier hitting team than they are, and that's why their Top Blokes are struggling in this hard clear war that sometimes develops, especially under the pressure of a grand final like this. But you'd expect them to do better in that final third. I make that 2 shots now this game that have both been completely not good enough. Mark by 8 up very early for this one. Doesn't make contact, and luckily for Top Blokes, it's going to roll away from the danger. Monkey Moon's got a lot of boost to work with here. He's got at least one more touch on the ball. He's intercepted by Castillo, but the boost steal's coming in for BDS now. This is dangerous for Top Blokes. They have to try and control that corner boost. Oh, did Flame get it? I don't know. Will it matter? It might, because Castillo has stopped Monkey Moon.
For how long BDS will keep this press going. Double commit from Mark and Extra. It's going to be up to Monkey Moon. He defends the midfield in the only way he knows how, by challenging into the opposing final third. But my goodness, Top Blokes
they got nothing.
Need to find this half volley. Yeah, they are completely gone. Monkey Moon will collect that other 100 boost. So this is not going to get any easier for them anytime soon. Castillo just goes for the full send. They might as well at this point, but now they've left Archie. He's on nothing. It feels like it's only a matter of time. There is no way Top Blokes can possibly keep this one out. Castillo's got 50 boost. He's going to have to be the hero for his team. Monkey Moon into the corner. Archie leaves it for Flame. And somehow, some way, Top Blokes have got some breathing room.
Great 50-50s by Top Blokes. They needed every single one of those to go perfectly for them, and they did. But still, the danger is not yet gone. BDS can switch sides in a heartbeat. They can get this ball from one end of the field to the other towards a blue player, and they're doing it right now. It's been non-stop BDS offense. Top Blokes had a couple of great chances earlier on this game, but they're not going to get many more of those if they can't get the ball out of defense. It's on their goal line again. That's actually a really good touch by Castillo, keeping it close to the back wall. Impossible for BDS to shoot from there.
How on earth is this game 0-0? It might not have survived for too much longer. Top Blokes were trying to steal it. But we have got to overtime. You know, even from the very beginning, we had a shot that ricocheted off both posts. Now, immediate shot. Flame will keep it out. It's important to note that this match is to give one of these teams the advantage. Top Blokes can take it. They will tie us up at 2. If BDS take it, they will have 3 match points in a gameplay loop that has very much suited them. Top Blokes really need to remind BDS of their mortality in this series. Monkey Moon aims to just try and test Archie. Does pass it this time around. Boom and clear. Extra has really struggled. Archie couldn't find the net. Knew he had to take it quickly before Monkey Moon came in. But this is the best chance Top Blokes have had in a while. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to go away. Archie will clear back in, but his teammates need to reboost. Flip reset. Goes for it all by himself. Monkey Moon already over that corner. Castillo straight over to Mark. And BDS's defense just as good as their offense.
Yeah, really nicely done by BDS. Extra wanted a bump here. Oh my goodness, this ricocheted off 2 players and clear of danger for Top Blokes for now. We saw moments ago just what a hard clear can do. Extra was feeling the pressure as the ball flew at him a bit faster than he expected. Extra's got a free touch, not an easy rebound. Good positioning by Castillo. He has done really well here, taking 2 players out of the game. In comes Flame. Extra has made it back. And it's now much more back and forth. It's not domination for BDS. Top Blokes are getting some chances. Can they put it in the back of the net, though? It feels like a long time since we saw a goal for them.
I mean, the way this game's going, it feels like it's going to be a long time before we saw a goal from either team. Here's Cassio. It's a poor touch from Extra. And somehow, some way, Top Blokes have managed to take game 4.
Oh, no, Extra. I guess it was his turn. I guess it was his go to make a big mistake in defense. Unfortunately, it's cost them another game. All that hard work, all that domination was for nothing. Top Blokes get the win. They had to absolutely hold on for dear life in defense, though. I think they had probably had a combined 20 boosts between them for a good minute in that like regulation time. Absolutely crazy.
Oh dear. I feel like every single time we come back to our cameras over here, John, I'm just going to get more and more red. It's very warm in here, but this series is heating up itself, and it's definitely not helping me. Wow, I mean, how? Oh. How on earth have Top Blokes won this? They have no right to it whatsoever.
Well, you know, defensively, they fought like warriors. They were brilliant at times. Some of their defensive touches were really calm under pressure and making sure to keep the ball as close to their back wall as possible so that the follow-up shot, the dagger that usually comes in as the finishing blow for BDS, isn't effective. You need some kind of angle to work with, even with these guys. Incredible mechanics and ability to shoot shots from impossible angles. If Top Blokes if they can keep the ball near their back wall, they know at least they're safe for a few seconds, and that's enough to not grab a corner boost pad. Apparently, they didn't get many of those, but they got the small pads, enough to hang on for the next save.
So if we were to look at it in terms of, you know, which team we feel like is playing better, I think BDS would be taking that shout by a country mile, but that's not what's important right now. What's important is that both teams are tied up 2 games each, and whoever gets this one, it doesn't matter how good the goal is, how much defense which team plays, that team that takes this win is going to be on tournament point.
Yeah, and 2 of them as well. Top Blokes have given away quite a few chances because their lack of power that they've got in the shots. It's a really strange problem to see them have, because obviously they all know how to hit a power shot. But BDS have definitely made more mistakes in defense. So you've got one team slightly underperforming in offense, one team slightly underperforming in defense. What does that make for? Well, a very interesting series where one team who looked like they're going to win end up losing games. That's a great start, though. Mark slams one in 36 seconds, and that's much better for BDS. They'll just wish that they got this in overtime last game.
I feel like I haven't seen a goal scored for BDS that wasn't by Mark since game 1, really. He has very much stepped into his own when he's given the opportunity. And it is the most annoying sort of goal if you're BDS. You spend so much time on offense. Oh, wow, Extra caught into action very quickly. Cassio gets a demo. Monkey Moon forced to respond. Here is Flame to make it 2, but Monkey Moon lands on it. Archie off the backboard's going to be followed by absolutely no one. And Extra looks to dance around the entire team. BDS, every time they get space, they are taking players out. Mark looks to make it another.
What?
They have got to stop giving him space. He is lethal at the moment. Extra to make it 2, and he's done it.
Oh, he's done it just. Really nice control by Extra. Refusing to let this ball bounce away from the crossbar. A bit unfortunate, though, for Top Blokes in the panic that ensued when Extra attacked that back wall. They did end up with a team bump on the goal line, and this is one of the most comfortable leads that we've seen all day. I feel like we've just been watching 1-goal games over and over again. Now BDS have got 2. Oh no. Okay, Extra. Another defensive blunder.
Are they playing this on hard mode? What are they doing?
When I saw this, I was like, yep, I've been there. I've done that many times.
I mean, Gibbs is probably more correct than ever before about his video game comparison. They have put this RPG onto hard mode after defeating the boss in Renault Vitality. I thought, oh, you know what? I thought this was going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, that was not what Extra needed. It was, in the end of it all, it was the result that he wanted. The ball did end up bouncing away from the goal, but you really don't want to be shooting at your own post to get that outcome. Certainly not in an out-of-control situation like that. Cassio's actually got some space here. Not sure where the challenge was. Well done by Monkey Moon. He's not going to let Flame use the ceiling in offense. That's definitely one other thing that BDS have had as an advantage. Is their usage of the ceiling in attack has made the life of Top Blokes much harder than Top Blokes have been able to do to BDS.
And Top Blokes are the team that are currently on the hunt. Unfortunately, they need the ball. They've been given the ball, Cassio. Really did not expect to have it, but he certainly is not going to complain. The top blokes would prefer to score sooner rather than later. BDS, I don't know. Typically in this situation, Johnny, I would say this people wait second. BDS just keep handing it to them. It's almost like a dare of sorts. But, you know, typically in this situation, Johnny, I would say, oh, you know, team of a minute left is going to start turtling up. I don't know if BDS would ever consider it, but
there you go.
Maybe they need to consider not handing this ball back over to top blokes. They're back into it.
Yeah, the defensive mistakes keep plaguing BDS. Extra was a bit panicked there. He wasn't sure when the shot was coming in. Just felt like flipping at the ball would be a good idea just in case somebody was already on top of it. Turns out, Flame timed his arrival a bit later than Extra expected. That's given top blokes the comeback that they needed. They still need to finish this one off. BDS are still, for me, the team who have performed, I think, better in, if we include this game, 4 games in a row. You could easily see BDS winning any of these 4 games. Top blokes have been scraping and scrapping and trying to make things work. But it is somewhat working, even though the BDS have been dominating.
Oh, is that top corner? Archie just makes it. Crucial that they keep that lead only at 1. Mark hasn't got a teammate to support. Monkey Moon can come in late, actually, off the whiff. And really, top blokes not performing all that great here. They have got away with it. Booming clear. Monkey Moon will easily cover it. So efficient with the way he plays those as well. Always pushes it straight to the corner so he can land and continue the challenges. Archie will wait. Mark tried to make himself nice and big. Couldn't quite prevent the shot from going past him.
Yeah, BDS are just faster. They're winning every free ball. They're just getting to that quicker than top blokes are. That's allowing them to capitalize on many a boost steal. I think we saw about 30 seconds ago, Flame and Casio had nothing. Or I think it was Archie and Casio had nothing in the tank. They're both just trying to clear the ball, but they've got no boost to work with. BDS keep taking it. And, you know, you're wondering, why can't top blokes do this to BDS? Why can't they just steal their boost? Well, you got to get into attacks to do that, and they can't do it. Because BDS are just too fast. They're beating them to every uncontested ball in the midfield. And now it's a lead shot for Monkey Moon. Catches Flame off this goal line, 3-1.
And it's one of those sort of goals that you do have to rewind a very far back to try and see, you know, what caused the situation for top blokes. And again, it's just a big clear. BDS so good at, you know, figuring out where the player is going to hit the ball to. And they instantly go to cover it. They're not even going to wait for it to bounce. They want it the moment your car has hit it. And if they can't get that, they're going to take as many resources from you as they possibly can. Archie, it's a horrible spot for him to be in. The team had to go on attack, but it has ended up wasting even more time from them. Archie hasn't got many people up with him at the moment. Had to try and go by himself. If it stays like this, the BDS will be one step closer. Already mentioned that France will win no matter what. But for Spain, this could be massive. Oh my goodness, Mark. Well, it's a massive save for the Spaniards. Mark has just stepped up, and even when he's not expecting to be needed for the play, he is there anyway.
Yeah, impressive stuff. For me, Mark, at the moment, is the most valuable player of this tournament between all teams. Obviously, if top blokes end up winning this, you can make a great case for Archie after their semi-finals carry that he made. But yeah, this is all BDS at the moment. I still think that's 4 games in a row where they've dominated. They've had a couple of throwaway moments where they're giving away cheap goals, and obviously that's on them. You can't take away these goals from top blokes. They are taking some chances when they're giving them, but the speed is just too much for BDS. The power shots are too much. They're hitting the ball harder, they're getting to the ball faster, and they're more comfortable attacking the ball at speed from crazy angles. These guys are they're mechanically terrifying, and other teams who are watching this, I'm sure, are wondering just how good can this team be when they start ironing out these mistakes, when they start playing more like a team than they already do. They're going to be unbelievably good. They're already favorites to win the tournament, and I think this is just the beginning for what this team's capable of.
Oh yeah, this is a team that we are going to be seeing an awful lot of throughout this season. So honestly, get used to seeing them in grand finals. For top blokes, we don't know if we're going to see them in too many grand finals. So this is the game that they have got to start turning this around. They've got to win 2 in a row now. Otherwise, BDS are going to take it. For top blokes, it's all or nothing at this point. It is time to full send and see whether or not they can match BDS.
Yeah, I think they just got to go for it. They're not as comfortable playing at that intense pace that BDS do play at, but they don't have a choice in the matter anymore. Sometimes to get a win in a grand final like this, you have to go to places that you're not really sure of. And for me, that would involve just pushing the limits for mechanical capabilities.
Well, I think one thing we could bring up here actually is that if you want to put BDS into a position that they're not familiar with, you know, that level of pressure at this sort of stage could very well do it. We saw how much they struggled in game one. It looked like they needed a moment or two to find their footing. And we already know that the most difficult games in these series are game one and the tiebreaker. If they can send this to Champions Field, we don't know what that game 7 looks like.
Yeah, that's obviously when the doubt starts to set in again. Because BDS still know, like I said earlier, they know they're the favorites here. They'll know that they've had the edge in most of these games. And if we end up in a game 7, they're thinking, well, why is it game 7? We should have won by now. I think I would definitely say that. Regardless of the outcome of this game, BDS probably should have won by now. They have had so much pressure. They've had so many chances. And Top Blokes have just been hanging on for the majority of this series ever since the first game. But yeah, Top Blokes, this is your chance. You've got to just push the limits of what you think you're capable of. Just go faster than you've ever gone before and hope that it's fast enough to keep up with this BDS lineup.
Going to be dropping over to Extra. First shot, goal! Well, good luck trying to keep up with this one. No issue when it comes to offensive power. Extra blasts it.
That's an absolute monstrous shot from Extra. We talked about Top Blokes' struggles hitting the ball hard on target. Extra shows them how it's done. 1-0 on Wasteland. They're not interested in going to Champions Field to win this tournament. They're just going to do it in 6.
Over the top, Monkey Moon has to save. Just feels like whenever I see Monkey Moon on the board, he's been so good. But Flame with a massive shot. Top Blokes needed that so much.
I don't think there could have been a better type of goal for them to score as well. Flame just smacks it into the net. That's what you like to see. No messing around, no slow chip shots, no nice fancy placement, no tricks. Just leg it on target as fast as you can. It's been lacking for Top Blokes all day. Now they've put one in. Let's see if that's going to spark some life into them.
Archie already up. Couldn't quite get past Monkey Moon. Now Flame wins a challenge. A couple of rare challenge wins here for Top Blokes. Castillo wants to go infield. Archie can get there. They can't win these clean enough to take the shots, but they are winning them clean enough to keep the pressure on. And all they have to do is keep doing this, keep boost starving BDS, and suddenly that fast play style doesn't work as well. Castillo ends up giving over to Monkey Moon, however, and that is how quickly that play can dissipate. Cannot give any sort of unchallenged touch to this team because they will punish you. Marked by 8, makes it 2-1.
They're just too fast, Rogan. Their speed is going to get them goals. Really nice team play. Monkey Moon played that perfectly. Mark did not have to break his stride at all. He didn't have to change his direction. He didn't have to slow down for a second. And that's another 1-goal lead for BDS. Feels like it's just a matter of time before they confirm the tournament win. Called their side of the bracket the harder one. They're proving that it might have been. Top Blokes are still in this. They've got 2 wins in the bag. They can steal this one. They'll have momentum going into game 7. And they definitely don't have momentum right now.
Castillo will by himself. Monkey Moon does beat him into the race. Can't quite set up his teammate. Every touch from Top Blokes is so rushed. They feel like every time they go for it, they're going to be challenged. Tends to mean that, yeah, they typically have been. But it means as well that, you know, when the fake challenge comes in, it's been a good result for BDS, and they haven't had to commit a player for it. Castillo wants to pick up the 100 before he moves in. Not taking a bit too long, but this is a good air dribble from him. Did catch the ceiling, does end up losing the ball for it. Midfield, Archie a bit close to the middle side. It comes out for Flame. That might drop in. Castillo has to go. He can't get past the 2 players. Archie has enough boost just to keep that pressure on. Good clear from Monkey Moon. Flame holds the midfield one more time. Wants a second touch. Out for Castillo. And it feels like these sort of opportunities aren't going to happen too many more times. The most dangerous thing about that sentence is it's not really an opportunity. It's just territory. It's just possession. I feel like that is what Top Blokes have to take advantage of. Monkey Moon gonna secure it back by 8. Up by 2. Thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, you can see the fear in Flame as soon as he takes off there. He knows he has to get up so quickly, and before he realizes it, Monkey Moon's gone underneath him. Masterful 50-50 by the Frenchman. And now this is absolutely their tournament to lose. It already was, but now they have to just hold on. They just have to keep playing their game. That might be another goal for Mark. Can he catch up to it? Yes, he can. And the tournament MVP for me makes it 3.
Spain shall rejoice. Mark by a hat-trick hero in the biggest game of his life. 4-1, and Top Blokes need a miracle. They're gonna have to just, I mean, I'm saying that they've got to go for it. Better got to really go for it. It is, I don't know what gears you've got though. I mean, whatever gear you have, they've got another one installed.
Yeah, I just don't think that Top Blokes have got another gear. It's, you know, credit to them. They've given it a go in this game. They've not held back. They've not tried to play a slow game and wait for mistakes to happen. They've actually gone for it here. They've, you know, hit some hard shots on target. They've tried to keep up with BDS, but unfortunately for them, BDS haven't slipped up at all. You said it's not been so difficult to win that last game. It might be, and it's not been a friendly bounce to Top Blokes. They needed that, and they didn't get it. Wait a minute, double bump, and actually sent it into the... You got a flip reset as well on the post, but is it just too little too late for Top Blokes? You must think so. 30 seconds left. They need a goal every 10 now. They still have to get the ball into their own half, out of their own half to get it started, and BDS are not going to let that happen.
Well, it has been an outstanding tournament performance for Top Blokes. This seems like their consistent playstyle could make them a real danger for consistent results throughout the entire season, but today belongs to BDS. In Season 3, it was the rise of clean rotations. In Season 5, we saw the past players of Dignitas take over. Will Season 8 be dominated by Spanish Bim Bam? BDS take regional #1.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing that. The Bim Bam strategy just dominating for a while. That's really all Top Blokes have got to do. Just get those mechanics grinded out, because clearly they were lacking in speed and efficiency. BDS are just something else. They have so much potential, and they've won a tournament already. They've got the team plays. They've got the confidence. Such a well-rounded team as well. Really, when they're not making these huge mistakes that I'm sure they're well aware of, they don't look that easy to get the ball past wherever they are in the field, whether it's their goal line or the halfway line. Deserved win for BDS at the end of the day.
And it's so strange because you watch BDS play and you almost get the feeling that, you know, you almost want to give shout to Psyonix and just say, yo, if these guys got like 150 boost on them, how are they able to reach us every single time we try and play the ball? You watch Monkey Moon like take the ball and he just clears it. He's instantly in front of your face. There is no way to get away from the suffocating pressure of BDS, but they have taken this tournament. We have had an absolute blast here today. And to finish us off, I'm going to hand you over to Leaf.